Hi everyone. I was doom scrolling through Instagram the other day, and just as my brain clicked into that monotonous droning hum that propelled me to keep scrolling despite myself, a friend of mine shot me a link to a particular profile, and I'll admit, I was, well, a little confused by what I was seeing. And then they dribbled out that age-old question, would you? Now, what I'm showing you right now is what I was greeted with as my eyes widened with a, let's say, vexatious interest. Instagram's almighty algorithm doing that beautiful thing that it does when it finds you lingering on a very particular type of profile, well, it pushes more of that niche onto you like a heroin dealer who just wants you to keep chasing that dragon. And I wasn't ready to pick up my sword and pursue the beast into the misty mountains just yet. But my interest was certainly piqued. Thirst trap dwarves. My, how far we've come.
Freaky deakies need love too. Freaky deakies need love too.
All barriers really are crumbling around us, aren't they? All taboos are being lined up and ceremoniously executed right before our eyes. The age of modesty is truly on its deathbed, just waiting for Big Daddy Internet to grip tight to that fluffy pillow and hold it down over the face until the squirming stops and the breathing peters out. Humility, after all, has been on life support for a while, and I think the plug has finally been pulled. Now please, don't pick up your pitchforks just yet. I don't want to be forced against the wall and shot in the head with the rest of the, in quotation marks, bigots. Dwarves are people after all, and if they want to strut their stuff online, then well, more power to them. But as my interest dragged me further down this particular shady alley, like a man in a trench coat promising candy and a brand new bike, I started to notice some peculiarities. Firstly, it was with the people who were commenting on these posts. They fit, well, let's just be kind and say, an expected archetype. Middle-aged, bald or balding, wrinkled, mustachioed, that sort of lost, desperate look behind the eye. And male, obviously. I mean, with those descriptors, they weren't going to be female, were they? Or maybe they were. Who the fuck knows in this day and age? Needless to say, they gave off this air of fervent desire. And these little cutie patooties were more than happy to oblige, with those bright smiles, adorable button noses, hourglass curves, and a rather hefty set of mammaries. But then, I looked closer, and as I did, that age-old Nikola Tesla phrase sprang to mind. You will live to see man-made horrors beyond your comprehension. Now, I don't quite think we're there just yet, but dear God, we are akin to an innocent child on a rickety old bicycle just rolling down a dark hill with a broken set of brakes just careening ever forward into the grim moors of hell. So what struck me first was, well, there are a lot of these accounts. I stopped trying to find them after I organically came across around 10 of them. Well, as organic as Instagram's algorithm allows. So let's look at a couple in particular, and let me show you the dark side of, and it's a funny thing to say, Onlyfans dwarves. Whether you agree or disagree with Onlyfans or not, for better or for worse, side note, it's for worse, but that's a video for another time. It's here for the foreseeable future.
Your fantasies can't ever be quenched, can they?
It's just not going away, and every single one of these, as they describe themselves, fun-sized pocket rockets, have an Onlyfans account. And with each of them boasting a fairly sizable following on Instagram alone, it would seem they're slicing off a relatively decent piece of the pie. And men, after all, like looking at attractive women, and if the Big Macs can do it, then why not the McNuggets? Well, there's something a little fishy about these seemingly delicious little Pop-Tarts, and it's something that 95% of their drooling commenters haven't noticed, and probably never will. First, let me show you how these good old boys are reacting to these hot little potato pops. With comments such as, "You are so Sexy. Baby, if I was 40 years younger, we would probably be married right now. But I'm not. I would do anything for you. You're adorable, beautiful, magnificent, amazing, incredibly sexy. Wow. I would date you in a minute if I didn't have a lady in my life already, so just go for it. And you will have a man in your life shortly. And, honey, you're a skyscraper. Your spirit soars. Well, they paint a pretty vivid picture. And I'm not one to denigrate lonely men just seeking some kind of human connection. But I just feel, well, this just isn't it. Now let me show you why I'm so comfortable using what many might see as derogatory terms to describe these halfling whores. You see, none of them actually exist.
No! No, 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 no!
Let me show you. Now, if this is in fact a dwarf, why is she taller than the car? Also, that wheel rim looks a little squidgy to me. Now, in this picture, what exactly is going on with that wall behind her? Little odd. And in this one, why the fuck are the doorknobs on the wrong side of the door? And here we see the shelf. Well, it just doesn't make any sense. And also, the camera is a little bit melty. And in this one, well, what on God's green earth is happening here? I have no words. And after noticing all of these irregularities, I came to the conclusion that, well, someone or a group of people are generating AI dwarfs to siphon money from lonely, lascivious old men via Onlyfans. And in doing so, they had to make the dwarves sexy. Now, I don't have an issue with attractive dwarf guys or girls, but when you're exploiting pathetic, lascivious, filthy old men to do it, well, that's when I dig my heels in and I take a stand for perverts. No, I don't really care. As the saying goes, a fool and his money are easily parted, but whichever way you slice it, it's still exploitative. Of the dwarven folk, or the creepy old men, who knows, probably both. And many might blame the men for even falling for it, but it's clear to me that one guy, or a group of close-knit guys, well, scammers, I mean, they seemingly have a content house for God's sake, well, this guy or group of guys are using dwarven adult material to prey on people's loneliness and desperation. And whatever angle you look at it from, it's wrong. I mean, it is wrong, right? I'm not insane. Maybe the fact that I'm even asking that question could stand as a testament to the desensitizing power of the internet. I mean, I have seen some truly horrifying things in my time. I've stood on the precipice of madness and gazed down into the chasms of hell, and so far, I have managed to shake my head and turn my back on the demons that beckon me forth. But how long can one man resist such temptation? Well, the guys squirting out AI dwarf smut surely have the answer. Now, as we all know, you can't believe anything that anyone says, ever. And as the late great Winston Churchill once said, bro, the internet is full of lies. It will spasticate your brain. And that should surely be taken into account when reading or watching anything online. And I hope more and more people remember to take those words into account when we venture forth into the World Wide Web. Because that web could close in around you and milk you for everything that you're worth. So where does that leave us? We have lonely, desperate, mostly old men forking over money on the regular to pretty little dwarf girls that are about as real as those 7 miners that undoubtedly ran a train on Snow White. And as it stands currently, the AI dwarves are the bottom rung of a very low ladder, but eventually they'll pull themselves up and be replaced by another form of algorithmically generated niche goon material, like AI generated thirst trap quadruple amputees, the true McNuggets of this hellish new virtual landscape. Food for thought. Goodbye everyone, and God bless.